I want to ask you, how can you step in, help people coming to this country about this topic?
So for my team, one of the things that we do is we offer free credit counseling. And when I say credit counseling, it's really helping consumers establish a financial plan, a credit utilization plan to ensure that they're getting the most out of the credit that they're establishing and using. So we have a free credit analysis report so we can help consumers understand how to read their credit report. We also have a free downloadable guide that consumers can download and access on our website at eliafinancial.com. And the link will be in the description as well. So we'll make sure that that is also accessible for individuals to use. And sign up to our newsletter as well. And, we're constantly informing our clients and our consumer base with information and resources to not only establish their credit, but also how to maximize their financial health and build wealth through real estate and mortgage finance.
I want to ask you one more thing again. You mentioned me before that you have published an article, but can you tell the viewers more about the website where they can, reach those articles?
Read about? Absolutely. So you can go to my website, eliafinancial.com. And that is where I have my resource portal set up. So I have resources for all consumers that are interested in learning more about their credit, how to establish their credit. I have a free credit report, like a newcomer's guide to credit, a downloadable guide that you can also use and access to pull the information that you need. And of course, I also have a monthly newsletter that I send out through my real estate arm, weareelia.com. And we also send a lot of information there on how to stay financially viable and how to prepare and plan if you're thinking of purchasing a home.
Terrific, terrific. I know, Mr. Elias, you've been doing, such an amazing work in GTA. You're helping so many families, with mortgages, with getting houses. And I want to tell you guys something here. That's where I step in. If you're coming to this country, if you need, financial planning, sit down with me, give me a call, 514-233-7221. Let's sit down with my business partner, and they're gonna discuss how they can, fast start your journey in this country, right? What I focus on like I said, when you're coming to this country, you gotta have at least 6 months of, savings, so you can take care of yourself for 6 months. That is so important, people like this. So we're gonna discuss about, short-term goals, medium-term goals, long-term goals, and how you can have that, financial stability and, have, better financial future and generate, excellent wealth in this country. Because this country has a lot to offer, guys. I know the countries you're coming from, is different, it's a different culture, it's a different system there. But, you have to get to know the Canadian system. So true if you're jumping in, real estate, if you're jumping in, finance industry, if you are jumping in any industry, you have to know how that industry works, how the system works, and you can take advantage of it.
And I think, Gaurav, just to add to the value that you bring, I think it's an extremely valuable resource for people to connect with you so that they can now have a good understanding of what a financial plan would look like, right? Mm-hmm. What's it like to budget for things in Canada? Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be a really good opportunity for people when they connect with you because, like I said, going back to the relatable experience, right? You've gone through the journey of relocating and establishing yourself in a brand new country here in Canada. You've gone through the motions. So who better than someone like yourself who's gone through this experience to share with newcomers not only the right things to do, but what are the pitfalls to avoid, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's a phenomenal opportunity for any consumer or anyone watching, mm-hmm. really to connect with you. I think whether you are a newcomer or you've been in the country your whole life, I think connecting with Gaurav for a financial plan would be a phenomenal opportunity for anyone.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I want to tell one more thing, Mr. Elias. You are dealing with money, don't get emotional. Yes, you're going to lose. You're gonna see sometimes here. I'm telling from my personal experience, when I came to this country, I struggled a lot. And how do you overcome those struggles? How do you overcome that pain? Is becoming emotionally intelligent. You have to be emotionally intelligent when making money choices. When you're buying a house, you have to be emotionally intelligent. When you're looking for a mortgage, Mr. Elias, the specialist here, you have to be emotionally intelligent.
Absolutely. It's so important that, it's hard. Don't get me wrong. It's so hard for people to take the emotion out of that particular process. That's where, me and my team, that's where we earn our commission by bringing that unemotional, approach so that we're helping those consumers make that right decision. But I think you make a fantastic point. You don't want to be emotional. And by that, I think the key element here is, yes, you can be motivated, 100%, but you don't want to be desperate. And those are two kind of key. Those are two different ways of being motivated versus being desperate, right? And I think that's when you're talking about the emotional side of it, right? Oh, I have to get a house. I got to get in, right? That's where you get blinded and then you put yourself in a position of risk. You may not make the best decision for yourself when you're desperate, right? But when you're motivated, right, and you know what your goal is and you know what your target is, and you put that discipline behind you by not letting the emotion become desperation, now you're in that position where you can put yourself in the mode that allows you to achieve your goals, but does so in a way that puts you in the right path, right? Because it keeps you disciplined, like you said.
Sorry to interrupt. I want to tell one more thing to our viewers here, This is my personal experience too, coming to this country. What I did not know anyone. I did not speak English fluently, to be honest, But I want to tell you something, that whenever you're coming to this country, don't take advice from your friends about making a decision of buying a home, right? Don't take advice from, people walking on the street. Talk to professional like, Mr. Elias, talk to professional like me in finance industry, mortgage industry, and real estate industry, so you can, help yourself way, earlier in this journey.
100%. Especially when it comes to, and then even taking it even further, especially when it comes to your credit. Don't take advice from your cousin or from your friends and stuff. Get the advice from the right professionals that will have your best interests at heart. And keep in mind, everyone's experience with credit will be completely different and unique to them and their habits and their disciplines. So no two credit profiles are alike. And it's really important for your own sake, for your best success. Don't rely on the advice of people that may not necessarily know. Get the professionals that are there available to help you. And there's never a cost for any of this stuff, right? Like, it's free to connect with these professionals, including your bank. It's as easy as picking up the phone and calling toll free to speak with your financial institution to get, information. If you want an even more unbiased approach, that's where connecting with a financial planner comes into play, because you're no longer looking at the parameters just from one financial institution. What a financial planner will bring in is the big picture. So it's actually stepping away from one institution, and you're now looking at the lens from like the whole, kind of like a global point of view. Similar with us as well, right? Like as agents on the mortgage and finance side, or as real estate brokers, we aren't necessarily representing one financial entity. So, again, when it comes to giving you that advice, sharing the resources, we're not just relying on one product or service. You're getting the whole lay of the land.
And I want to tell you one more thing here, viewers. Currently, I'm partnered with 77 plus product provider, big banks, like RBC, Manulife, all these big companies I'm partnered with. I'm helping them out. So at the current moment, I have, I would say, unlimited resources for you to help. If you want to sit down with me, go through your finances, how you can have a head start, in this country, I can, definitely give you an advice.